Boom, boom. Welcome to the Herbman T podcast, where I am your host, Herbman T. And today's topic is going to be about prostate cancer, as well as an herbal combination that has been used for the treatment of prostate cancer. And I think I messed up. It's actually today's topic is going to be about enlarged prostate and herbal combinations for prostate cancer. It's been a while since I've been here, but you know what? Things happen. My goal is to do these in one take. So whatever mistakes I might make, I make them and I keep it pushing. Okay, all right. So let's make sure I don't mess the next step up, right? Well, I probably will, but who cares, right? But so I'll be pulling from medlineplus.gov, herbs.org, as well as cancer.gov. That's where I will be getting my information from. And what I do was I look at the articles beforehand, and I take the pieces that I want to talk about and I put them in a Word document and I read from it. But I decided I can, have something on the screen for you to look at as I'm reading, just in case if my face gets too boring for you to look at. All right, so enlarged prostate, what is it? Well, what is the prostate gland? First off, the prostate is a gland that produces some of the fluid that carries sperm during ejaculation. The prostate gland surrounds the urethra, the tube through which urine passes out of the body. An enlarged prostate means the gland has grown bigger. Prostate enlargement happens to almost all men as they get older. An enlarged prostate is often called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. It is not cancer, and it does not raise your risk for prostate cancer. Now let's see if I can find an image for you. Boom, here we go. So, right, yeah, and you can see it on the screen. So that's the prostate, as you can see here. And this is what happens when the prostate is enlarged. It can start to obstruct urinary flow, causing you to want to, have the urge to want to urinate frequently, but barely anything is coming out, a drizzle, etc. But, oh, here you go. That's better. Enlarged prostate. See that, my mouse? Oh. I'm not sure what happened to my mouse there. Hey, I'm still learning. Let's see here. But then, that was interesting. But there you go, enlarged prostate. Let's get back to the article here. Just over here playing with the stuff in the background, just seeing what moves. That way, when I want to move, certain things, I can do that. All right. Causes. So the actual cause of prostate enlargement is unknown. So I'm assuming they're talking about the specific cause, because most people would say hormonal imbalance, but it could be maybe your lymphatic system or your immune system isn't acting right to help push out damaged cells that or damaged hormones, or hormones that the body can no longer use, etc. So it could be hormonal imbalance, immune system not functioning properly, maybe you're not getting proper nutrition, etc. So the actual cause of prostate enlargement is unknown. Factors linked to aging and changes in the cells of the testicles may have a role in the growth of the gland, as well as testosterone levels. And typically you'll hear about testosterone being converted to DHT, and I believe it's an enzyme, 5-alpha reductase, that is needed to convert testosterone to DHT. So maybe your DHT levels are high and testosterone levels are low, vice versa, whatever the cause may be, which can then lead to an enlarged prostate. But again, they say it's because they say mainly because old age, you get older. So I'm assuming something is not functioning the way it used to be. And I found out the other day when I was looking up in Herb, Tunket Ali, I believe it was. It was either Tunket Ali or She Legit. I think it was Tunket Ali, where this herb allowed men to release the natural testosterone they've already created. due to this binding hormone. It's a hormone that begins to bind testosterone that allows it not to be released in your body. And this Tongkat Ali allows the body to release the testosterone that you're already producing. That way it can be used in your body. So I thought that was pretty interesting in terms of your body actually utilizing its natural testosterone versus getting, hormonal injections. Men who have had their testicles removed at a young age or do not develop BPH. I'll reread this whole thing again. The actual cause of prostate enlargement is unknown. Factors linked to aging and changes in the cells of the testicles may have a role in the growth of the gland, as well as testosterone levels. Men who have had their testicles removed at a young age do not develop BPH. Also, if the testicles are removed after a man develops BPH, the prostate begins to shrink in size. However, this is not a standard treatment for enlarged prostate. Now, when you go further down in the article, you'll see treatments, and I thought it was interesting that they had saw palmetto up there. And just a few sentences on it. Many herbs have been tried for treating an enlarged prostate. Many men use saw palmetto to ease symptoms. Some studies have shown that it may help with symptoms, but results are mixed and more research is needed. If you use saw palmetto and think it works, ask your provider if you should still take it. Let me know in the comments if you ever heard of saw palmetto or actually used it on yourself or know someone who has actually used it. All right, let's go over to the next article here. That should be it. Yeah. So this one was interesting when I found it. And it wasn't up until a couple of days ago I found even more information on the product in this article. This is a pretty old article too. I think it's early 2000s if I'm not mistaken. So herbal combination improves quality of life for prostate cancer patients. Again, this is from herbs.org, just so you can see the full article there. You can even see the link up at the top there. And I'll put the links to all of these articles in the description. That way you can look at them yourself or use them as a reference point. So, in an open clinical trial of 16 men with advanced metastatic prostate cancer, the herbal combination PC-SPES improved quality of life and caused significant reductions in pain and levels of prostate-specific antigen or PSA. We do a quick check here. Okay, still recording. With no major side effects, the researchers decided to test PC-SPES in patients whose hormone therapy had failed and whose disease was progressing after receiving numerous anecdotal reports of benefit from the supplement. Every time I think anecdotal, I think some type of antidote. I don't know why. The PC-SPES formula is a dietary supplement composed of 8 herbs. I'm just going to say the common names. I'm going to put all of the botanical names in the description, or you can just click this link and you'll get all of them here. So chrysanthemum flowers, reishi mushroom, licorice root, dyer's woad, sanchi ginseng, rhabdosia rubescens, Bacchus skullcap, and saw palmetto fruit. As a matter of fact, let's see if I can just put that on the screen for you. Now, I could probably blow it up, do some hotkeys, see if I still got it. Don't mess up. There we go. Blow it up for you a little bit. And these are all of them right in here. I won't be able to get them all, but yeah. Of course, I can shrink it, but that might not do you that good. See if I can click it. Yeah, make sure that's up here. Sure, I can just probably slide this down. Get out of here now. All right. Hopefully that helps a little bit. And I can't scroll over here on my web screen. I'm thinking whether or not to leave it like that. I'll just bring it back down. I don't like it. Back to 100%. There we go. Slide this over a little bit more. Boom. There you have it. This is the section everything's in. Not everything, but the herbs are in. And I have heard of a few of them already. Chrysanthemum, reishi, licorice, and Bacchus skullcap root, as well as saw palmetto fruit. Never heard of dyer's woad Sanchi ginseng, or Rhabdosia rubescens. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. All right, back to the article. So, in the study, the supplement PC Spec therapy consisted of 3 capsules 3 times a day, total 2.88 grams daily of the herbal formula for 5 months. Hormone therapy was continued throughout the trial. Urologists and anesthesiologists at 3 different clinics in Germany and the United States evaluated the effects of PC Spec on pain, quality of life, and PSA levels. Clinical testing at all clinics include physical exams, blood chemistry, and blood cell count, plus assessment of PSA level, pain, quality of life, and toxicity. The results were positive. Pain scores for each category of pain decreased significantly in those who were taking narcotics or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, also known as NSAIDs, for pain control. Before the study, were able to reduce their pain relief medication by around 40% after 20 weeks of treatment with the herbal supplement. Pain is the thing that gets everybody. It's not really the discomfort, it's how much pain someone's in that they like, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. But where there's a will, there's a way. Quality of life was evaluated with a standard questionnaire that assesses physical, emotional, social, and functional well-being. PC Spec was associated with significant improvements in functional, emotional, and physical well-being, although there was no significant change in social well-being. Finally, PSA levels, a marker for prostate cancer activity, dropped dramatically after PC Spec supplementation. Again, that was an article from herbs.org. Now, moving on to the next one. Now, I was like, okay, yeah, PC Spec, that'll definitely work, you know. You can definitely use that. You know what? It's not even up here yet. Let me go ahead and go to the Word doc. I didn't even add it to this. But don't worry. It's not on the in the web application. However, I got it in Word doc. Boom, there it is. So why isn't anyone hearing about PC Spec? So this is an article from PC Spec. This is an article from cancer.gov. PC Spec PDQ. I'm not sure what the PDQ mean. If you know what it means, comment it below. Let me know what it means. So this is giving you the rundown on PC Spec. So this note right up here at the top. There is either no new research on this topic, or the recent published research is weak and not appropriate for inclusion in the summary. Therefore, the information in the summary is no longer being updated and is provided for reference purposes only. Now, I'm not sure when this article came out, but I think the one I read before from herbs.org came out in early 2000s. So, here we are 2.5 decades later, you know. This cancer information summary provides an overview of the use of PC Spec as treatment in people with cancer. The summary includes a brief history of PC Spec research, the results of clinical trials, and possible adverse effects of PC Spec. Included in the summary is a discussion of the contamination of PC Spec and its withdrawal from avenues of distribution. See, I really didn't know herbs could be contaminated like that, or herbal combinations could, up until maybe like 6 months ago, when you start hearing about the adulteration of herbs and stuff. It's like sometimes you could, let's say, buy lion's mane, and you can either get the unauthentic version or the unnatural version, or just some made up. You won't get lion's mane. Let's just say you get this is not accurate at all, but let's just say you'll get reishi mushroom instead. Or if you order alfalfa leaves, maybe you could be getting plantain leaves instead, you know. So you definitely want to make sure you're sourcing properly where you get your herbs from. That way, if they do have a benefit that you're looking for, you're actually able to attempt to absorb that actual benefit of the herb. All right, so the summary contains the following key information, and I'm just going to read the summary part. I thought it was pretty good. PC Spec is a patented mixture of 8 herbs. I didn't know that. PC Spec was sold as a dietary supplement to support and promote healthy prostate function. Each herb used in PC Spec has been reported to have anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, or anti-carcinogenic properties, or anti-carcinogenic properties. Yeah, I said that right. Yeah, okay. PC Spec was recalled and withdrawn from the market because certain batches were contaminated with Food and Drug Administration controlled prescription drugs. The manufacturer is no longer in operation, and PC Spec is no longer being made. Now, I did find PC Spec on Amazon. It didn't appear to be legit, but somebody was selling it, or maybe it's a bunch of old products. I don't know, but I did find it on Amazon. I'm not saying I support it. I'm just saying it's there. Because again, I haven't done my research on sourcing where exactly the people, get the herbs from. I'm not saying the combination doesn't work. I'm just saying there's not a lot of clinical evidence to back it, and they're talking about it being contaminated. So I don't know if that product is actually contaminated or not. However, I'm pretty sure you can buy the individual herbs separately. Again, I'm not familiar with Dyer's Wold or Rhabdosia rubescens. And what was the other one? Let's see here. And Sanchi ginseng, but I'm sure I could be able to find them. If not, I get 5 out of 8 and give it a shot. And let's see if we can. Since it's going to happen, I'm going to become old one day, right? And prostate's going to get larger. Let's roll the dice here. No. Okay. All right. No longer being made. There was evidence from both laboratory and animal studies to suggest that PC Spec had some effect in inhibiting prostate cancer cell growth and prostate-specific antigen expression, but it is not known whether these results were caused by an adulterant such as diethylstilbestrol. Please let me know if I said that right. I'm not going to repeat myself. I've been practicing, attempting to say that right. However, I forgot to do the one thing. Let's go to copy. Let's go to paste. Let's go to, hold up. Wait a minute. Let's go to pronounce. Here we go. I don't want to see if, here we go.
Diethylstilbestrol.
There we go. I said it right that time. Which is an estrogenic compound. The herbs in PC Spec are their combination. So if I'm not mistaken, it is saying that they're unsure what was inhibiting prostate cancer cell growth and PSA expression. It could have been the adulterant
Diethylstilbestrol.
Or the herbs in PC Spec or their combination. So it could have been maybe a few herbs, one herb, or a combination of them that helped to create a synergistic effect to help inhibit the prostate cancer cell growth or the PSA expression. Evidence from clinical trials has shown that PC Spec lowers PSA and testosterone levels in humans, but it is not known whether these results were caused by adulterants, the herbs in PC Spec, or their combination. Saw palmetto berry or saw palmetto fruit has a lot of, I'm sure, research backing it by now, and a lot of people have a anecdotal experience on it or anecdotal testimonies. I hope I'm using that right. I didn't look up what that word meant till like maybe 2 weeks ago. There is some evidence to suggest that PC Spec has some anti-cancer effects that are not related to estrogen-like activity, although there are products that claim to be substitutes for PC Spec. They are not the patented original formulation. Few of these products have been the subject of laboratory or clinical trials reported in peer-reviewed medical literature. All right. Hey. And there you have it. Oh man, podcast on enlargement, prostate enlargement, as well as herbal combinations for the to help to improve quality of life for prostate cancer patients. Now, what I'm going to do, the herbs that I mentioned before, it was chrysanthemum. Let me go to my Word document. Chrysanthemum, reishi, licorice, dyer's woad, sanchi, ginseng, rhabdosia, bacal, and saw palmetto fruit. I'm going to be going in detail about those herbs in the upcoming episodes, that's for sure. But if you like the content, you want to support, head over to patreon.com/herbmant, become a paid Patreon member. If you don't want to do that, hey, like, comment, and subscribe. Spread the word. Let people know I'm getting information out there, and especially about this topic, prostate enlargement in men. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Until next time, peace.